this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So give me all the scars, I'm a human being. Cover them with tattoos so you can't see. Knew it from the start, you had problems.
And we are live. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Tackle Talk. Kristen J's in the house, Robert Sharp, Rachel Hay, Mo Grady made it in. What's up, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Have we got an interesting show for you guys? I did some cool stuff today. I took a couple of minutes and went on a fishing trip. I believe it was Saturday, and it was pretty fantastic. Nothing over like 4 pounds, but it was just steady 2.5, 3 pounders. And I had like one of the best fish bites I've had in the longest time. I mean, this thing, Small Water Charters, is out there smoking meats. Yeah, I had probably the best time I've had in a long time. I'm down like 2 rods, guys. Life is not good right now. And it's not that I'm down rods, I'm down reels. I'm waiting on parts, and parts come from faraway lands. You guys know how that is. But I actually didn't do any filming this weekend either. So that was a little interesting. And the reason that maybe we caught so many fish is because I wasn't filming. I'm just saying. Before we get too crazy into this evening, guys, I got to show you guys something really, really funny. So you guys know I'm like the biggest nerd in the world, and one of the big issues that we have going into summertime is that no matter how hard you try, guys, GoPros are going to overheat. Some people, like Small Water Charters, our buddy John here and his wife Lindia, they go the one step further, and they get these giant like umbrella hats and stuff that they'll wear. And I get it. I mean, if you're mounted on a chesty, or you're mounted, you know, on a shoulder cam or something, those work fantastic. Those are like the best thing you could ever have. But I'm more of a third person kind of stationary mount kind of guy. So where it gets interesting is I found these, you guys. Are you guys ready to see what I personally think is going to solve all of our problems this summer? One in the chat if you're ready for some fantastic gear review. All right, guys, are you ready for this? All right, here we go. That's right, guys, little umbrellas. Check this out, you guys. Look at this. They mount directly on top of the GoPro. And I know what you guys are thinking. You guys right now are thinking, oh my goodness, where can we get some umbrellas for our GoPros? Well, I'm going to tell you where, you guys. In case you didn't notice tonight, this is one of the new ones. That's one of the new Heathen Squad t-shirts. You can get your umbrella at the Heathen Squad t-shirt for the low price of 4 easy payments of $29.99. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Jay, that is too good of a deal for me to pass. And I'm like, I know. I totally understand. But I'm going to do you one better than that. I'm going to make your first payment of $29.99. I'm going to make you, all you've got to do is make me 16 additional payments of $15.99, and we're going to call it square, plus shipping and handling, and I'm going to shoot it directly out to you. I know what you're thinking. $15.99, it's got to be a ripoff. Trust me, it's one of the best things you'll do all summer. Now, guys, check this out on a serious note. They're thermal rated on the inside, so that's pretty neat because that'll keep the temperatures down. And then they're rain resistant on the top, i.e. they're umbrellas. So we're going to see if this thing can actually do what it says it's supposed to do. It's not really made for GoPros, but I'm kind of changing the game, you know what I mean? Guys, I changed up some music and stuff this evening, so it's going to get a little bit of fun. We're going to go ahead and do some changes here. There we go. Yeah. Got a little something different, little funk. I think it's all right. It's all right. I'm good with that. So, guys, we got umbrellas. All right. We're going to have some fun tonight because, honestly, I didn't really set up for much of a show because I kind of didn't want to do anything that we've already talked about without being able to really do it in detail and in depth, because I think you guys deserve that. If you're in here tonight, all you guys, love you, appreciate it. All it's good times every time. So before we get any further, we're gonna do a special episode of Gear Review. That's right, guys. Gear Review, brought to you by me, because we've done this before. You guys remember this, right? The 10,000 fish cycle bait. You guys remember this thing? This thing? You guys remember me reading it out right here? Listen, we're going to talk about it again. The cycle bait is a new patented wire bait with an erratic action like nothing you've ever seen before. Unlike a spinner bait, the interlocking rings cause the blade to switch directions throughout the retrieve. This thing sounds like it's going to be fire. Remember this thing? This allows for an erratic side-to-side hunting action as never seen before. Crazy. This creates a realistic swimming motion that better mimics fleeing bait fish. You guys remember this thing? You guys remember? And I was talking it up. I was like, this is going to be a fire. It's going to be my new bait. Yeah, so, update! All right, here we go. You guys ready for this? Let's do it. Yeah, that's not backwards. 5 casts. 5 casts with this piece of crap. 10,000 fish. Okay, now we're gonna get into it. You got to give me a minute because I'm flipping. You guys ready for this? This is me ranting. 10,000 fish, my ass. Okay, what did you use it to catch 10,000 fish before you sold this shit to me? Here's the issue. This is the cheapest crap I have ever seen. It's got this crazy bent angle right here. Okay, that hooks this thing together. I can't even put it back together if I tried. I threw this thing 5 times. 5. This thing is so erratic, okay, that it swings this tail like wide open hook, like a 1/2 inch to each friggin' side. What the box should have said was, and I quote, "Do not throw this bait near any object or obstruction or stick or lily pad or brush pile or anything that could get snagged on it within 42 inches because it searches in such a pattern that it'll snag your shit up." That's what it should say. And then it should say, in the event you do get snagged, do not use any force whatsoever and be a girl and drive over to your bait to retrieve it because it was $11. Thank you, 10,000 fish. That's what it should have said, because that's the bullshit that I just experienced throwing this thing 5 times on Saturday. Woohoo! I got 5 whole casts out of this thing. I'm thinking this one's going to change my life. It didn't do anything. It just made me change a freaking rod out. I had to put another knot in another line, and I don't like changing baits, dude. 5 casts, 10,000 fish my ass. I didn't even get 10 casts. Wait till I get on the phone with these folks. You feel me? Wait till I get on the phone. You're going to see. Casey Goebel, Robert Sharp, Mo Grady, Rod Slug, Bass Queen. What'd you miss? What did I miss? You missed me going off. Watch last week's episode where I talked about this super awesome bait and how this thing's gonna be great, and it sucked. 5 casts later, okay, let me give you an idea. Okay, so this thing's got a nice big old 5/0 hook, right? Remember I talked about it's got the nice keeper. This thing's fantastic, right? It's going to do everything I want it to do. It's like such a versatile bait, right? This freaking thing is swinging like this, okay? It's like that drastic, all right? It gets snagged. Here's my lily pad, all right? It swings over and goes around my freaking lily pad like this, right? So I give it a couple of good pulls. It doesn't do anything. I drop it. The barb gets stuck in the pad like it is on my knuckle right now. And I'm like, oh, all right. So I give it a pull and nothing happens. So I give it the old rod down and straight pull, you know, with a little bit of love to it. And this comes back. And I was like, dude. And Patty's like, what's up? And I'm like, can you, like, pull over there for me? And he's like, for what? And I was like, so I can get the rest of my bait? And he's like, it ain't there, bud. I'm like, no, it's probably lodged in it. I'm sure. I know I felt it. It's probably deep. I go over and pull the lily pad up, and this thing's just stuck around the lily pad like this. I was so pissed off, man. I mean, just what a waste. Well, what an absolute waste. I mean, I hope it's got 10,000 warranties on it, because at the same time, this thing, dude, didn't even make 10 casts, guys. I'm not kidding you. Not even 10 casts. I talked that thing up. See, this is why I'm going to start doing, like, bait reviews and, like, talk to you guys about funny stuff, because I break a lot of stuff, dude. And I don't mean to do it, and I'm not destructive, but, like, you think you're decent? I'll show you how to tear it up. Small Water Charter said, go lay on your My Pillow and relax. Trust the plan, brother. All right, guys. And guess what next coming up? We've got today's edition of Nerd Talk. That's right. Today's episode of Nerd Talk, we are going to be putting 32 gigs of RAM in the computer. That's right, guys. I figured a bunch of stuff out. I figured out why I can't do my editing software with you guys while we're on here. And the reason is not because my processor's not fast enough. No. After doing a few tests and spending a lot of time this weekend crying in my pillow about why I didn't think of this earlier, I figured out, oh, look at that. We're still transitioned in big face mode. I figured out, here we go. Now you guys can see it. That's funny. 32 gigs of RAM. So I'm pretty excited about this. Computer was going to be down this afternoon. I was planning on changing all this out, but that didn't work out. Amazon's really cool for picking some stuff up when you really need it, but no, not really, because the anticipation drives me nuts. Next rant, stand by. Yeah, we're going a little bit OG on this one because we're ranting about it, something else right now. Give me a second. Give me 3 seconds. 3, smart ass. Funny you say that, Small Water Charters. I actually have 2 graphics cards in this computer. So I don't have a graphics card issue. The issue that I have is that I'm overusing so many different programs at the same time, and I've got so much going in that for some reason, I only have an 8 gig RAM on this computer. And being that I'm streaming and everything else that I'm doing, all the other inputs, like I'll turn the camera around one day and like show you what the whole mess here looks like. There's lights. It's all crazy in front of me right here. But I got monitors above me to the left and right and stuff like that. I got monitors stacked. There's a lot of stuff going on, and it's a lot. That's why I got to have 2 graphics cards. So I don't really have a problem with my speed as far as my programs and stuff like that. My issue comes more along the lines of in my live streaming. So 16 gigs is going to be a great improvement, but 32 is going to put me up right where I want to be as far as being able to access different things in the background, having multiple sources running at the same time, like during a live stream, which is a lot of my freeze up issue. So I'm gonna run a little bit of a skeleton thing tonight. I got a little bit of a video to show you guys that I built over the last from Saturday's trip, because I just kind of did like a little cheesy, hey, look at this fish. Not really gonna get to see any cool fish, but I'll stop it in between and we'll show you guys. We'll have a little story time. Who wants to have a little story time? Anybody want story time? All right, Rod says camping this weekend, finally do some fishing. Good luck, Rod. If I can definitely tell you what not to bring, do not bring a 10,000 fish cycle bait, because they suck. Little Magnum PI. No way. Small water charters. This just in. Roland got a new sponsor and a boat. If you tell me right now it's the 296 Green Pumpkin Senko from Gary Yamamoto Baits, I wouldn't believe it. O'Reilly's Auto Parts sponsored Roland Martin. Look, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. If they're paying my bills, I'll put Dick and Jane's hotel motel backyard barbecue and dry cleaning on the side of my boat, buddy. You understand? It would not bother me, and I'd be proud. I'll memorize that shit. Say it at every event. It wouldn't be possible without Tom and Jane's hotel, motel, backyard barbecue, and dry cleaning. I just wouldn't be able to get to these events and take care of this thing like I do. See, I'm getting it, buddy. I understand. It's all about who pays the bills. That's so funny. He has Dick and Chains on the boat. That's what I mean, man. You look, I agree, bud. Whatever you can get, take it. Don't knock the guy who's trying. You guys want to get into a movie? Not really a movie. It's just kind of like just some stupid little fish that we caught. We're going to kind of laugh it up for a minute, and then we're going to have a good time. Mark Barnhart, he's in here. What's up, guys? What have you guys been doing? We're going to have a good day. You guys want to watch a video? Let's watch this video. Let's do this.
All right, guys, 5th cast. 2 pounds. I'll take it for the 5th cast. Let's watch it go away.
Oh, I just hit pause. I hit the wrong button. Can you guys hear me? Is there actual sound when that thing plays? People don't want to know. Rolling a new boat. Yeah, right. I gotcha. All right, sorry. I messed that up. Doing it live.
All right, guys.
I meant to hit pause, and I hit restart. So that was like the 5th cast. So I was like, if this is what today's looking like, this is going to be fire. You know what I mean?
Pounds. I'll take it for the 5th cast. Let's watch it go away.
You know we're going to watch it go away. You know it. And bye-bye, fish. And then like
right,
4 or 5 casts
All right,
later.
guys. 2. I've lost like
So
3.
like, we're getting
and
it
caught
today.
like...
You know, I'm thinking this is going to be a lot of fun. You know what I mean? We can enjoy this.
A 4-foot gar. Let's watch it go away.
There's one I really can't wait to show you guys. It's really
Big
funny.
dog.
And then Patty comes
One
in. Look
for
at
me.
this. Okay, remember we talked last time. You guys remember this. we talked about fish are in all three stages, right? We got post spawn, we got full spawn, we got fish coming into like a pre-spawn moving in. So fish are like overlapping. There's crazy stuff going on. So the thing I want you guys to look at, and what's most important about this is, I want you guys to definitely look at the tail of that bass and how chewed up it is. You can see there's markings on the side where that fish has been chewed up. I mean, that fish has had a lot of action going on, and that's possibly one of those post-spawn fish, you know, where it's literally been beat up for so long, and now it's just caught kind of in one of those transition areas, because that's what we did. We just targeted a really clean transition area.
Today, big dog.
Yeah.
You say it again.
One for me today.
Watch it go
Fish.
away.
And we gotta watch it go away.
Yep, right over there, Jay's honey hole. That's what I'm calling it. Get out of there, buddy.
Go.
And then Patty hits another one like the next cast, and I was like, Bud, you're crushing me today.
There's one more. I wouldn't call it a dink.
And it's a dink.
It's decent.
So, you know, at this point, pound and a half, 2 pounds, pound and a half, 2 pounds, like every couple of
You
casts.
guys, this is what
look at this. All right, this is going to get really interesting, because this is, we talked about, you know, throw what you got, man, bring it out. And I want to do stick baits, you know. I really can't wait to do jerk baits, and I really can't wait to do a lot of these other baits, but the presentation has to be correct, and it has to be done at the right time. So you guys, look at this closely. You guys that know what a jerk bait looks like, riddle me this, Batman. How did this thing get this bait in its mouth?
I like to call getting it. And I want you to see here, this bass.
I mean, look at that.
Hold up, bring him in here where I can see it.
Yeah. So that was good times. He wanted that thing so bad that he like got in there sideways and actually had that's the nose on the left hand side. That's actually the bill, the diving bill and head where my line's going in that fish's mouth that way. And then he's got one of the last 3 hooks is hooked in the top of his mouth.
Look at that.
Right there. That's the one. Right there. Can you guys see at the very bottom of the screen there is 1 hook in the top of his mouth. The 2 in the middle and the 1 in the middle and the 1 on the front are not hooked in anything. The fish is actually hooked with the bill, the diving bill at the top, and 1 hook at the bottom.
That is love, boys and
I
girls.
mean, look at this.
Wow, talk about
You know
a
how to get
pro
out of it.
move there. That was impressive.
It's
How am I
just
even going to
nuts.
get this
I was
thing
like,
out?
wait a
don't know.
second. Like, do I push
All right,
it
guys,
down?
another one.
Yeah, no, that was not good times.
That was
And
pretty
this is
cool.
like a couple of casts later.
Though, let's watch it go away.
No small water charters. I'm not drinking milk. That's gray, bud. I'm getting older, man. I'm getting older.
Another one.
And then, of course, Patty again. So, I mean, we cut out there was no filming. There was no. You guys aren't going to get to see any of the good times. I just decided this video, I'm just going to go ahead and just show you guys what you want to see, because I guess all you really want to see is the fish. So, here's the fish, and we put it away.
One more, a little 2-pounder.
Another one. See ya.
Isn't as big as that first one.
And another one.
No, well, it's another 2.5, 3 pounds. All right, let it go.
Another 2.5, 3-pounder.
And the hits just basically kept coming.
Yeah, another
You
one.
know what I'm saying? It turned into just a
Yeah, I don't know. That's how many.
fish fest. And it was
7,
crazy.
8.
It was
8,
crazy. It
9.
was like 8 to 7 or something like that in a matter of like 2.5, 3 hours. And I was like, talk about having a good time. You know what I mean? We really had a good time. We had a real good time. Bass Queen says the biggest one I ever caught fought at my bait and hooked itself through the head. Yeah. Like the Indians would catch fish with a stick. Yeah. Stick would turn sideways in its mouth. Yeah, no, and that's exactly what it felt like, too, especially with the 1 hook at the very back. It was such an interesting fishing day. Audio's a bit low. Okay, we'll fiddle. Yeah, it got a little interesting. It got a little interesting yesterday. Or not yesterday, Saturday. We had a bit of a hard time, man. I mean, the littler fish were all over it, but I couldn't get anything to bite the big fish. And then, like I said, then there was the whole 10,000 fish cycle bait nonsense. That was absolute trash. But what are you going to do? Oh, wow. Hold on a second. I see something here. Oh. And lock. How about now? Does that bring me up on the audio? That's my fault there, man. Somehow I ended up pressing to unlock that. You know, listen, okay? Never claim to be a professional. I'm just a dude playing a dude, trying to be another dude. I don't know how that whole thing goes. Let's just listen to some music. Yeah, small water charters. I'm waiting. I watched that Hulk Hogan video, man. I was loving it. That's absolutely epic. I'm like such a big wrestling fan. I'm not now anymore. I miss the legends. You know, I miss the legend. 6 or 7 big mouth. Oh goodness, what'd you lose it on? Throwing that special magic bait you guys got, that 6-inch twitch bait or whatever from Bruiser Baits. So guys, that covers the fishtail portion. Did I watch the JV video that led to that video? Link in the comments. All right, I'll check that one. Yeah, send that because I do want to watch that. I watch some of you. I watch all your videos. I can't lie. I enjoy it. You know, I do a lot of crazy stuff at work, so I kind of have like long periods of travel in between my job. So I tend to watch a lot of YouTube, or I'll put stuff on. Today I watched how a P-51 Mustang is made, how the aerodynamics and the different parts are actually installed into the aeroframe, creating the lift and drag surfaces that the P-51 has, which allows it to be a multi-role plane as much as a fighter, but also a bomber. See, listen, whole different level, okay? This is my day. This is what I do. All right, I learn interesting things that have no bearing whatsoever on my life, but at the same time, if I ever need to build a P-51 Mustang, I think I can name a lot of the parts. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm talking about an airplane, Casey. Casey said any Mustangs and old Dodge Chargers all day, bro. Yeah, no, I'm talking about a P-51 Mustang. It's a fighter plane from World War II. Interesting plane. Very interesting. Changed the aerodynamics for what we have today for fighter planes. A lot of stuff gets done when it comes down to learned. That's what we do. We do a lot of learned stuff over here. See, fun fact, John said he learned in a video today, cats can hydrate with salt water. One of the few animals that can. See, this is the stuff, guys. This is the stuff we need to know. So now if we can figure out how to squeeze fresh water out of the cat, we've got it made. We can solve the world's saltwater to regular water crisis just by figuring out how to squeeze clean water out of cats. Oh, I also got another piece of nerd tech today. Hold on. Check this out, guys. That is why there's cats by the ocean, fresh in fish water. Yeah. And there's no dogs. Nope. No, you don't. You only see fish. And that's interesting that only fish can use salinized water. Hey, guys, look at this. For those of you guys that are wondering how you mount your GoPro to a cold shoe, I found this little device right here. This company, hold on. This company is called Smart Tree, made in China. But I was looking for a GoPro capable mount that I could use to connect to a cold shoe. For those of you that don't know what cold shoes are, cold shoes are those empty little places on the tops of cameras that don't have power. Now, if you look down in there and it's got a metal area down in there that has power, that's not a cold shoe, that's a hot shoe interface, and that's either used for audio communication or external power like a flash bulb system. So remember the flash bulb attachments to the cameras? Excuse me, that's a hot shoe. Okay, but they got these crazy little square bottoms. You got, there it is, nailed it. So I needed one that fit for a GoPro, so I actually found these, and they're metal, not plastic like the other cheap ones. And it's a cold shoe adapter. It's all aluminum. Even the center base is aluminum, so that was a little bit different. I kind of like that, and I thought to myself, okay, well, given that it's such a machined and intricately machined item, there's no way it's gonna fit right out of the box. You know what I mean? That never happens. Well, it actually does. It fits perfect, which says a lot, you know, because a lot of I can't do it now. I just put it in. It fits perfect. Not too much jiggle there. Feels like it's pretty solid. The only thing I noticed is it's got like a bolt at the end instead of having like the standard GoPro mount style. So what's interesting is when you're putting it on your camera, just remember that your door side is the side that it goes towards for your screws, and everything will be fine. But it also comes with like a little locking nut for the other side. So if anybody's looking for a cold shoe adapter for their GoPro, that's probably the best one. I think I found it for like $8. So it really wasn't like it hurt the bank either. I was like, man, that ain't bad considering plastic ones are like $15. So Rod says you can use a cat for bait. Why not, right? Why not? All right, so let's see who's next. That's funny, Casey Goebel. That's funny, bud. Yeah, so that's what I did today. Got little things I ordered and got them from different places. I wanted to share with you guys the cycle bait update. That thing sucks. I wanted to show you guys a funny fish catch that I had. That was pretty interesting because, like I said, I wasn't doing any cameras. I decided it was just going to be like little clips and stuff, and that's how we were going to have the episode. I figured you guys would get a kick out of that. So you guys want to get into some story time? Let's get a little one in the chat if you're looking for story time. Sorry guys, I have to drink water like all day. It sucks. I can never really truly hydrate, so I find myself constantly drinking. Like every time I can see my glass, I take a drink. I know it sounds kind of weird. It's kind of like an OCD that I have, but I know I'm okay as far as like getting older because I'm 43 and I still don't have to run to the bathroom in the middle of the night. So I'm either doing something right or it's going horribly wrong. We'll see. Only time will tell. All right, guys, let's get into some story. Off the Hook says 2. That's so funny. All right. Here we go. 43 have they even dropped yet? Listen, man, okay? I'm on mission. Getting it done. This is how we roll. All right, I've made it this long. I think I'm doing okay. So far, so good, man. We'll see what tomorrow's going to bring. So, where do we even want to start? You guys want to talk about I took a vacation day? Because that's always fun. Let's talk about I took a vacation day. So, how many of you guys are parents out there? You can be honest. It's okay. There's no shame in admitting you're a parent. If you're a parent in the chat, press 1. How many of you have decided to take your children to theme parks? And if so, what age did you start taking your kids to theme parks? Just a question, just a little life lesson we're all going to have together tonight. Well, every year I take the family to a theme park, and it's either Busch Gardens or SeaWorld. And I do that because they have a military appreciation month, both of them, and they're always different months, and they're always free tickets. So I'm like, you know what? This sounds awesome. You know, every year we go to a different park. Last year, I made a mistake as a parent, and it probably wasn't the best mistake you could make as a parent, but I'll admit to it because he's still alive, you know what I mean? So I'll admit to it. So in Busch Gardens here in Tampa Bay, Florida, we have the fastest 0 to 60 roller coaster in the world. 0 to 60. Okay. This thing is get it, and it's fast. All right. It's called Tigress, and it is a lot of fun. But the only thing about this ride is once it reaches that 0 to 60 speed, in order to slow this thing down, it takes it up a ramp and through a series of twists and turns that actually start to slow this thing down. And at one point, you do the whole track forward, and then at another point, you end up doing the whole track backwards, which makes it totally interesting. Because when you think you were scared the first time this thing went flipping around, wait until you don't get to see yourself doing the flipping around, because that gets even more interesting. So I took my kid on this thing last year, and he was barely, and when I say barely, I mean, I told him, I said, buddy, when you step up to that thing, you give yourself like a little rise just so your head hits that thing, that little pole they got out there. And he's like, all right, Dad. So he does it, right? We get on this roller coaster, and this thing scares the crap out of him, right? But it didn't matter, because he was 8 then, and he was fine with it, and he went on like 2 or 3 other roller coasters for the rest of the day. Well, he's grown a bunch, and I'm so proud of him because he's getting so big, and he's such a smart kid. And I decided, you're really good this year in school, and he gave it his all, so we'll do the Busch Gardens trip. But this time, man, I'm getting the fast passes, okay? I'm getting unlimited fast pass, and we are riding like we're going out of style, okay? We're front loading, we're getting off and getting back on and doing them twice. I've got this whole dream, right? This whole fantasy going on in my head where I'm like, we are totally burned out by the end of the day because we have ridden so many roller coasters. We've lost our voices. We're smiling and having a great time, and everything's good. So where are we going to start the day? Same place I took him last time we went. And this time he's tall enough and everything's golden. You know what I'm saying? He walks up, dude, walks over to the thing. He's got it blown away. It's like middle of his eyeball. I'm like, oh, here we go, right? This is going to be awesome. Fast pass, sir. Bloop, bloop. Done. Let's do this. Walking right up to the fast pass thing. We are straight on the ride. We are not even waiting. This is like best day ever, right? I'm talking like I've got this thing mapped out in my head to the point where I am going to have the entire park ridden at least twice within an hour and a half of getting to the park. And that is quite the feat for those of you that have ever been to Busch Gardens, but I've been there enough. I know where I'm going. Okay. I love that place. And then reality strikes. We get on the cart. Everything's golden. She says, everybody push down on your thing. Make sure it's all clicked in your legs, and we'll be on our way. So my boy puts it down. I said, you're tight, right, bud? He said, yeah, Dad, check it. So I give it the old dad check. Click, click. It goes down 2 more clicks. He looks at me with this panicked look and says, Dad, I can't feel my legs. I go, what? He goes, I can't feel my legs, Dad. That was way too tight, Daddy. That's way too tight. I looks back at the lady. He says, ma'am, can we open this up? And she says, yeah, is everything okay? He says, I pushed it down too hard. That was on me. And she's like, oh, okay, well, it has to have a little room. And he looks over and he goes, I don't want it to have any room. He's in full panic mode. Now my poor kid is in full panic mode, okay? First it's too tight. Now she's telling him it's got to be a little bit loose. He's already ridden the ride once. I'm like, buddy, you'll be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Come on, everybody's waiting on us. Now all of a sudden the entire ride is waiting on us. We got another one right behind us, okay? Everybody's ready to go, and we're like holding up the show, right? So we go off this thing, and we get ready to go up this giant mountain and get this thing started. And I look over at him, and I'm like, bud, what are you doing? He goes, I'm closing my eyes, Dad. This one's a night. This is going to be a nightmare. I'm like, do not close your eyes on this ride. And he's like, why? I was like, you will throw up all over yourself on this thing. Like, there's just too much going on. Your brain has to be able to process some of what it's seeing so you can be a little muscularly prepared for the violence that's about to occur. So as I'm explaining this, I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, like, he's totally burned for the day. And sure enough, man, we wandered around the entire theme park, and I was the only one that ended up going on rides all day, fast passes, money, just making it rain down there. You know what I mean? Making it rain. I think they got us for 5 rides, and the rest was all us using their asphalt. So as the lesson I've learned in parenting is just save that money for when your kids are a little bit older. Is that the answer? Or is it start them young? Because he's been in theme parks since he was 3, and I had no problems until he hit 8. And then I think as he's maturing, I think that's where my issue's going. So, yeah, good times, guys. I advise anybody, take your kid to the theme park. It'll be fun, they say. Nonetheless, we did get to see some cool stuff. Always fun at Busch Gardens. I always support the Busch Gardens Anheuser-Busch things down there when back in the days, since I've been there like almost my entire life. My mom one time worked for Anheuser-Busch, so we got like these lifetime memberships and stuff to Busch Gardens, but it's not valid anymore because I guess the lifetime's only as long as they own it, I guess. As interesting as that sounds. Yeah, Casey, I would love to take my son paintballing. You know, I used to do paintball. I've been known to do a little paintballing myself. Not anymore. As I'm getting older, I see videos of myself when I was younger, and I think that's like unsafe, and I could feel my body like giving out on me if I was to ever try to do something like that again. Yeah, no, I totally know it's not my fault. It's just part of growing up, man. You know, raising kids. Some kids are like my other buddy, Jay, he just sent his first kid off to life. Just turned 18 and graduated, same time. And he is on his way, man. And that's where it gets really, really interesting, because are we really prepared to send our kids off? You know, how do you know when your kid's ready to be off on their own? I advise the military. I think that's a pretty good start for a lot of kids. Keeps them out of trouble, at least. You hope it keeps them out of trouble. That's all I'm going to say. Or they were already in trouble and they ended up having to go in, because that happens too, I'm just saying. Yeah, Rod, we have laser tag here in my mall. We have laser tag. We have indoor go-karts. We have axe throwing. And what else do we have? A giant arcade. We have like a lot of really neat stuff in the little town that I live in. But nonetheless, man, my kid will play in the arcade all day. But I don't know. He's going to be driving. We're going to start driving the lawnmower. Get him out there driving. I got him using the self-propelled mower right now, the one with the handle. You just squeeze the handle and it goes faster, and he's doing that now. So next we're going to move him into the kart style, driving the Ride-'em lawnmower, and see how he does with that. So a little nervous, you know, if I'm like smacking into one of the cars, that'll get interesting. No, I'm sure he'll do fine. I'm not going to just turn my kid loose on the lawnmower. No, for any of you that were thinking I was just going to turn my, like, good luck, buddy, here's how you start it. Get it. No. Took our son to the carnival for his 12th. Turned out to be terrified of heights. He was super tall. Oh, no. That's okay. Yeah, Bass Queen, my kid's super tall, too. Not really super tall, but he's tall for his age, and he is terrified of heights. I am, too. Just so the truth be told, I am terrified of heights. I will shake, I will shiver, I will not even attempt to do it, but I will jump out of an airplane with a parachute. I will rappel off of whatever you can get a rope long enough for me to go down. I have no fear of jumping off something if I know I have something to hold, which sounds kind of weird, but in a parachute situation, you have your parachute cord, and in a ripcord situation, you have your pack, and you know your chute's out. There's no denying it. And then in a rappelling situation, you've got that line. As long as you made it correct in your harness, you know your brake is here. Brake, just hold it to your heart, it'll stop you. So for anybody that's ever done any rappelling, they'll know all about that handbrake. Just put it to your heart, just put it to your heart, it'll stop you. I was so nervous my first time doing that. I'll find the video of that one day and show you guys something really funny. SWC wants to do some fishing. Yeah, man. We'll try to set something up, bud. My weeks are crazy. I never have much time during the week, and then weekends are limited. I have my son with him every other weekend exclusively. That's like I don't go fishing. I don't do too much when he's here. But on the other weekends, I'm wide open on Saturdays and Sundays. So, and you know, I don't have a problem waking up or getting anywhere early. We'll just have to set something up. So you got my email. Hit me up, and we'll exchange numbers, and we'll make that. I have all the time in the world. Amen to that. Amen to that. Not me. I'm still slaving away for a while longer. Putting things in motion. 2023 should be good for me. Not really. Gas is crushing me. But nonetheless, always go to work. No matter what. That's how I roll. But guys, thank you very much for hanging out this evening. I do appreciate you guys showing up. Thank you again. I'm glad we got to have a few laughs tonight. Like I said, it really wasn't a planned show. It was just kind of like a ha ha ha. We got some funny stuff. You guys want to laugh? We'll laugh for a minute. So without further ado, guys, it's been real. It's been fun. We'll see you guys on the next one.